I've read quite a few books this June already, and I mentioned that a lot of them were 5-star reads, and this is the next one I'm going to be talking about. So, Gay the Pray Away was a book that was written by Natalie Naudus, and she is a audiobook narrator and probably one of my favorite audiobook narrators. I think she's absolutely amazing. Last year, I listened to One Last Stop, which is really funny because One Last Stop plays a big part of this book. And even in interviews, Natalie Naudus has said how much that book meant to her in her journey of coming out to herself. So I am a person that does not enjoy organized religions because of how a lot of them treat people. Now, that's not to say all of them. There are a lot of religions and a lot of people within different churches that are very loving and like good people and don't push their beliefs on anybody else, and two, don't treat people like they're garbage because they don't believe what they believe. So that being said, I loved this book because the main character is kind of part of a cult, and she was brought into this situation after being already in the outside world already, but her parents brought her into this organized religion, basically a cult following some guy and his teachings. Like, the women are basically baby breeders who had to just grow up to marry a man. And so be listening to that part, it's like, damn, that like it gets me really like, I can't stand that. But the thing I loved about it is because whenever I come to something like that where I could get really angry and annoyed, and it's like, I can't believe that this is these people's lives, I'm brought back because Natalie Naudus put it in a way that the main character knows what's going on a little bit and knows to kind of like push against what she's learning, but she's still kind of indoctrinated. She's still indoctrinated into this world. So she hears some things and she's like, oh, I shouldn't do that, or oh no, like I can't do this. So you follow this girl who finds a book in the library and starts finding and exploring who she might be. She ends up meeting a girl who comes to the church and really vibes with her, and then she learns more about her sexuality and how the church kind of made people act. So it really is a beautiful story. I loved it so much. There were parts that I was just like, oh, I can't stand this person, but in those moments the main character has thoughts of her own. She's not just blindly following things for the sake of following things. She's following things because she loves her family, but she knows there's boundaries that she has for herself. And I thought it was just very beautifully written. I loved the audiobook narration, obviously, because it's Natalie Naudus. And I think this is a great book for anybody to read, and especially during Pride Month. And she has a lot of like really funny like meta things that she says within the book. And I'm not going to spoil it, but it has to do with One Last Stop, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, if you're looking for a book this Pride Month, or any book in general, I would absolutely suggest this one. It is so good.